Chelsea 2. Brentford 2. Feels like Groundhog Day, man. Just move my camera slightly. Feels like last season all over again. And it's a shame because realistically, we did well to come back into the game. I've always said about Maresca teams, right? Especially this Chelsea Maresca team. We're going to struggle having good first halves. Because the way he plays, teams don't start quickly enough. And there's always a sense of nerves with the team. Don't know if it's because we don't score a lot of goals. I don't know if it's because maybe there's not as much cohesion in the squad with so many new players so far. But whatever it is, it seems like with Maresca, the one constant criticism I have of him is his team selections are sometimes just lacking in a certain sense of guile. Maybe that's not the right word. Maybe I want to say lacking in I don't know. Just going to be honest with you, I don't know. Boy, if you came to laugh at a Chelsea fan and drink in the tears of your enemies, congratulations. Go ahead and laugh, man. There will not be tears from me, boy. But there are frustrations, to say the least. This first half struggle thing we got going on is jarring. Early on in the season, I said about Gittins, I said, he's not ready. He plays like he's coming out the under-15s. I generally think we'd get a better performance out of Kavuma McCrean right now. And listen, no disrespect to Gittins. He's a football player. He's a human being. You're never going to hear me cuss people unduly or in general. But Gittins, bro. I just need you to understand something. You're at Chelsea, bro. You're at Chelsea. Listen, it's not even about having time. You almost need to have the belief that Madueke had when he came to Chelsea, which was, I'm at the biggest club in London. I'm supposed to be here. You got to have that confidence, that belief. I believe Gittins will come good. But right now, it's not good. And everybody cussed me. Everybody, you know, when I was on the terrace, they were putting out 4, 5, 6, 7 clips of me saying I want Garnacho, and the whole Chelsea fan base was cooking me. People online were telling me I was delusional. Some people were calling me all sorts of names I won't even speak on. And I told you that Garnacho was going to be necessary. I told you Pedro Neto does not play left wing. I told you. And with today, if I'm even going through the whole squad, right at the end, Sanchez was making some phenomenal saves all game, but then right at the end, killer. Sanchez doing what Sanchez does. Great shot stopper. Undeniable great shot stopper. You go one-on-one, lash a shot at Sanchez, he's probably saving it. I'm not going to lie. But Sanchez, he's got the same thing as Ramsdale. It's like this ADHD thing where mentally, it's like, it was almost like he becomes overwhelmed. He gets involved in things he shouldn't be involved in. Your job is to defend the goal. It's not to clear corners. It's not to clear long throws. It's not to clear free kicks. Defend the goal. That's the primary purpose of every goalkeeper. Defend your goal with your life. disappointing, man. I'm not going to lie. Coming back 2-1, it's disappointing to lose in that way. And I say loss because when you're up, you don't want to draw a game. So technically it's a loss, right? Contextually speaking, a draw is always better than a loss. And to be honest, 4 London derbies on a row, these were the same teams that we struggled against last year. So it's no surprise to me, really, that we've come a cropper away from home. Yeah? Because as I said in my preview, I thought we would win this game 3-0. But as I said in my preview, 1 win in the last 6 against Brentford. Realistically, we should have been better. But I feel like the starting 11 wasn't right. And then I feel like the approach in the first half was terrible. So it's a tough one, man. It's a difficult one to take. And Maresca actually in the second half does what Maresca does, switches things up, brings on the right personnel of people, changed the game. Phenomenal. We were wicked and we should have scored more. And every sub that he put on, I called Cuckoo. I called Tyreek George coming on for Gittins because I knew we needed somebody who had some attacking impetus, somebody who wasn't afraid to get at his fullback. Right? That created more danger and then allowed more space for Pedro Neto to go one-on-one at right back with Keane Lewis Potter. I called it right up until the João Pedro sub. He should have taken off Pedro Neto. He should have taken off Pedro Neto. He should have taken off Pedro Neto, right? And he should have let João stay in the box. Because then once we lost that attacking threat to try and head the ball in the middle or get onto them crosses, you lose a bit of extra firepower going forward and defensive cover. You remember back to the Fulham game, João Pedro's clearance off the line. This is why I say I compare him to Drogba. He's the Brazilian Drogba. It's not Jackson. Jackson's not Drogba. João Pedro is the Brazilian Drogba. Up and down, headers, right foot, volleys, all of that. He's got that. You don't take him off. But I understand we got Champions League, so manage minutes, man. But yeah, tough one, man. Shout out to Garnacho. I told everybody, listen, you can't expect Garnacho. Listen, if this is 15 games into the season, you can hang Garnacho out to dry for not checking his man's run. You can do that defensively. But you also got to remember, he's around senior players, yeah, who should really be pulling rank. Sanchez should be pulling rank. Tosin should be pulling rank. Chalobah should be pulling rank. Reece James should be pulling rank defensively. And I'll be honest, I've seen these things through Chelsea through the years. These types of goals. I used to always hate this. I'm talking like back in Petr Cech days. I used to hate Chelsea defending these free kicks, these long free kicks. Because it's always like, if there's going to be one thing that gets us, is these type of goals. Little scramble, goal mouth, nick it and win. Or nick it and draw. These are always the goals we end up conceding. And the goal the first half, where Tosin's defending one-on-one. He's not got quick feet. The guy chops in. And that goal, people try to blame Sanchez for. It's Tosin's fault. Because Tosin, you have to show him on his left. You can't show him on his right. He's right-footed. So show him on his left. Force him to have to crack a shot off. You cover the right-hand side and let Sanchez cover the left. He's not scoring. But he did it against Fulham. And that's how that guy scored for Fulham. The young boy. And he did it again today. Today was one of Tosin's worst games. And unfortunately, he's been good all season. But that was one of his worst games. If I'm going through the player ratings, just off the top of my dome, Sanchez, bro, 5 out of 10, man. 6 out of 10 out of push. Yeah? Hato, 4 out of 10. Cucurella, 7.5 out of 10. Because he came on as a sub, so you can't give him too high. Chalobah, I'll give Chalobah 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10 again. Nothing defensively, none of the issues were because of him. Yeah? Reece James, 6, 7 out of 10. Enzo Fernandez, again, 6 out of 10. Better in the second half, but non-existent in the first. Caicedo, 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Because he scored the goal, I'll give him a 9. Gittins. Bro. Genuinely, not a cuss. Genuinely, Gittins, 1 out of 10, man. 1 out of 10. And I'm saying that because I want to inspire him to do better. It's a 1 out of 10 performance, bro. You cannot do this. You can't play in this team and be failing to make dribbles, failing to hit the byline, failing to make crosses, bro. That position is yours to win. You can't do that. The only excuse I'll accept is maybe he feels rattled or frazzled by GARNARCHO coming in. Okay, fine. But you've got to find it within yourself now. Yeah? Now's not the time to be wondering. Now's not the time to be considering, am I good enough? There's no time. You're good enough. That's why you're here. Play football. Yeah? Buonanotte. 5 out of 10. Nothing special. Nothing great. I actually feel like with a bit more confidence, he will look really good. But it's like, again, another thing is like, boys, you cannot second guess yourself here. You're at Chelsea for a reason. João Pedro, 8 out of 10. I want to say 9 out of 10 again because he was phenomenal. He was outstanding. Did all the running, was working hard on and off the ball, was grafting his backside off. Cole Palmer comes on, 9 out of 10. And listen, this is what people think Cole Palmer's all goals. If you get a chance, go and watch the game. Look how many times Cole Palmer initiates the press. Cole Palmer initiates the press. Go and watch that PSG game back and watch. You'll see exactly what I mean. Cole Palmer always initiates the press. He doesn't let people outwork him. It doesn't happen with Cole. Pedro Neto, 8 out of 10. Can't really cuss him too much. Done all right. Tyreek George, I'll give him 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Did well. And I like Tyreek George. I actually feel like Tyreek George, to be honest, has got what Gittins hasn't got. He's just got confidence, belief. And he gets at his man. And to be honest, if you need a goal, he can give you one. We just didn't give him many shooting opportunities. But the one sub as well, Maresca, I said it, the one sub that he should have brought on, Santos. Where was Andre Santos? When Enzo Fernandez cannot do what he needs to do anymore and he's knackered and he can't get on the ball and he can't distribute properly, bring on Andre Santos. It's the only reason why this game was frustrating, man. Was not even because of the result. The result doesn't even, it doesn't bother me as much. Because to me personally, I actually think four London derbies, another away game, just after the international break, lots of players coming back in and out of injury. You know, we sit 5th in the league. No one can overtake us going into match week 5. And at the end of the day, we're probably sat exactly where we should be right now. All of the teams above us are probably all of the teams that probably should be above us right now, considering where they're at in their development as a squad and where they're at in terms of the you know, the cohesion of their team. They're all probably where they should be right now. And it'd be easy as well, by the way, for people to now be like, oh man, like, yeah, like you really need someone like Madueke. No, we do need a profile like Madueke. But you know what the issue is? We had Madueke last season and we had games like this where he would go missing. So no one's going to make me do revisionism on Madueke because I've said what I've said about Madueke. Got love for the guy, really want to see him win and succeed. But the truth is, he will give you these performances in bursts and in periods of time. And then eventually you will have games that are a little bit tougher for him where teams will sit in and he will struggle. The only saving grace for him might be that Arteta's system right now works a little bit more fluently and works a little bit more efficiently than Maresca's system. Which, to be honest, again, I would expect after 6 years of playing that kind of football. If anyone stands to benefit from Arteta's system the most this season, is probably Madueke in terms of he's been playing this kind of football the last 2 years in a row. Back end of Poch and the whole season with Maresca. So he's been playing this kind of football. So if anyone's going to sort of elevate, it's going to look like he's really kicking on. And of course, all the talk's going to start, Chelsea are so silly for letting go. No, we're not. We made the right decision. If Madueke is going to prove himself, he'll go prove himself. But I'm making that point because it will come up. Did we make a mistake? No, we didn't make a mistake. If Estevao is playing today, we score 2 or 3, I'm so sure of it. I said all of my predictions before knowing Estevao was ill. Again, it's like West Ham. Estevao's ill. Like Palmer was ill. What can you do? These things are just, you know what I mean? But it's only frustrating. It's only difficult and annoying to take because we had it there, and also like we have got to just do better in those situations, in those scenarios. But again, like I always say, Maresca's system means that if you don't get your glory in the first half as Chelsea, you're going to be at a disadvantage if in the second half if you concede. You have to have a really, really phenomenal performance in the second half to be able to outweigh the damage done in the first. Tough one regardless. Anyway, listen, I could say more, but there's no need. That's just my initial match reaction to Chelsea versus Brentford. 2-2 at the G-Tech Community Arena or Stadium. Chelsea fans, don't lose your head. It's match week 4 and we're sitting 5th in the league. Could be worse. We go to Bayern now, then we go to United, and we do have to pick up points. I'll tell you now, expect probably a loss and a draw minimum in the next 3 games. Expect that. That's probably where Chelsea are at. But if we don't, just know that we're still unbeaten in like the last 20. And that's a big deal. Defensively, we're still sound. We're just leaking goals when we don't need to be. And we're leaking goals when we shouldn't be. Yeah? Another game where we concede 2 but score 4, we're laughing. It's just today, when the margins are so fine, and you have to be that finite, that's when it costs you. That is when it costs you. But hey, time is a healer and experience is a teacher. We'll be back, and I'm sure come end of the season, we'll be top 4 comfortably. But that's the aim for me right now. Top 4, nothing else, nothing more, and nothing less. Let me know your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, man. I really love to read and respond to all your comments. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more. Hit that bell notification icon to get a notification every single time I upload. And I'll see you on the next one, my people. Take care. Don't stress. Stay blessed. Peace.